You know, the entrance to that dungeon looks a tiny bit like some sort of weird mutant Bulbasaur or something.
Kinda does.
Well, we're leaving it now. We don't ever have to go back to the swamp. Let's just take the express route out.
The swamp is kind of the opposite of a desert, so I guess they did something right there.
Pretty much.
Kinda, yeah.
So we're gonna start off this video by.
That was kind of closely bashing into that thing.
Oh, you know, just me being me.
I've gotten used to that by now.
We're gonna start out this video with a bit of wasting time. I want to show a couple of Easter eggs. Oh, my sword tempered again. Oh.
Why is it only 10 rupees to temper your sword?
Because we saved his buddy.
Well, I mean, still.
I'm gonna help.
I tried to do that too. I remember trying that.
But I have a magic
I love that
hammer.
they actually give a message for that.
Yeah.
It only works from that side.
That's kind of funny. A little bit sneaky.
I want to help. I want to mash their loaf of bread.
They're going to make the strongest metal bread ever.
It's the strongest.
I don't know what they're
It's
gonna
the master baguette.
Oh, of course.
It's the baguette that's always in those grocery bags.
Just in case one of Link's distant relatives is French for some reason.
Or happens to have a brown shopping bag.
Also works.
So here's another little tidbit that I was requested to show. You can actually talk to these things. You must look for Silent Shooter.
We'll never be rid of him.
As I said before, in Link's Awakening, they just go, "Hey, man!"
Their mouths stayed there as you were phasing through.
Yeah, that's also weird.
Oh, so speaking of Sahasrara...
That wasn't wasting that much time. We're already in...
Are we sure that was him, or was that Zelda?
Yeah, they didn't actually announce it this time. Whose payphone was it? Also, here's the gating mechanism for this dungeon.
Oh man.
Ah, yes.
Those things.
As try as I might, you can't kill him with the lantern. Sadness.
Ice physics!
You know, the ice dungeon is probably one of the most unique looking dungeons in the game.
It's true, it's also probably one of the most absolutely friggin' annoying dungeons in the game.
I hope you like staircases, because you'll be looking at them for a long time.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, the ice physics in this game are brutal!
I'm pretty sure that's another thing that's improved in Link Between Worlds. The ice dungeon is all kinds of complicated in that one, but physics aren't the problem.
Yeah.
What are these things, anyway?
I just like to call them green
Evil
penguins.
demon penguins.
Yeah, penguins.
I mean, I always thought of them as penguins too, but it looks like they have fangs inside of their beaks, and
They're very evil. Oh god.
They're vampire penguins!
Oh, of course.
You can't move at all on the ice in this dungeon. It's so painful. Just get out of here.
It takes a really long time to get going anywhere, and
Destroy everything.
It takes a really long time to stop going anywhere.
Burn the penguins! Burn them! They always drop magic anyway.
Oh, that's
so just
effective.
pretty often. Yeah, the penguins drop ridiculous amounts of magic, so it's usually worth. On the door, please. So there's a treasure chest that we'll be getting in a million years.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's sad.
That's actually an extremely important treasure chest that's put in that very nonchalant looking room there.
Isn't it the big key or something?
Yes.
See, I do remember parts of this game sometimes.
And the journey to get there. Okay, I quickly learned in practice runs that trying to use the hookshot here is a bad idea because those walls in the center of the room count as things you can grapple to.
But
Oh dear, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I knew this skull would have worked, but I didn't think these walls would have worked.
Which means one wrong move and you face planted in one of the little electrocutors. So now I have to be extremely patient, and I hate being patient.
There's never a point in the game where you're supposed to hookshot to walls that look like that, right?
Nope. They're just hookshotable for some reason.
Well, okay then.
That is very strange.
A bomb. I wonder what you're supposed to do here to activate the switch.
About that.
How about cheating? Okay, now break the floor with something else, why don't you?
I'm not quite that OP.
It'd be kind of cool if you could use the hammer
Payphone.
to break cracked floors.
Once again, we don't know who's payphone, but they tell us that you must use a different weapon than your sword. Your palms.
So this isn't Zelda or Salad Shooter, this is the Nintendo helpline.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, you must dial the Nintendo hotline to teach you how to beat the Stalfos.
No, you're playing with power. Wait, no, Ganon has that piece of the Triforce.
Also, that floor there is totally cracked because that's the landing place of everybody who jumped down from the front floor. From the upper floor.
Now
That
imagine
makes
if this conveyor belt area also had ice physics at the same time.
About this conveyor belt area.
Oh.
When it stops, it randomly chooses which direction it's going to be going in, so it's really easy to get hit by the spikes here.
Yeah?
So you want to see the slick way of dodging this stupid thing?
Everything's slick in this
Alright.
dungeon.
That works.
Also, god dang it, Jack.
Delayed pun reaction.
Jelly beans!
Yeah, those really do look like jelly beans. And yeah, this place has so many floors!
It's the Penguin Squad.
Penguin conga line!
I tried to use the momentum to kill them all in one swing, but I couldn't do
Almost worked.
4 out of 5's not bad.
it. Doors are mighty. Find the doors, you'll be safe.
Isn't this room pointless?
It is pointless, but it's a faster way to get to where we need to go.
Oh,
Oh. Well,
Another
okay.
payphone. Lots of payphones today.
payphone.
Don't use all your magic powder unless you can, like, refill it. Stuff.
The Nintendo Power Hotline knows your name!
No, they just mispronounced Link. I mean, they just assume they refer to everyone playing a Zelda game as Link by default.
Thankfully, you are invincible when hookshotting place. I love doing this, by the way. Boom!
Yeah!
Experiencing the Z-axis.
Yes. The funny thing is, the sprite of the enemy overlaps me when I'm in the air, but it still doesn't count as hitting me.
Layer problems.
Oh, I'll leave that chest there for later.
You could have just, like, hookshotted it and then opened it, couldn't you?
Yeah, but we'll
But then
be
she
back.
couldn't have gotten back.
Are bombs the only thing you can do to the not Stalfos?
You might be able to hammer them. I didn't actually experiment because bombs was just the one that I remembered.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Bunny!
Oh, you can magic powder the bunny rays too?
only when they're stationary. Once they start moving, that no longer works.
Huh.
Oh, well, okay.
That's interesting.
I have
Things
learned
found out-
something today.
These are weird things I found out when practicing this. I had no idea about that either. I just tried it and it worked, and I'm just like, what? Magic powder, surprisingly mighty. At last, the map!
Yay!
Yay.
I immediately display just how big this place is.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, it has a lot of floors, but they're all mostly pretty small.
Oh, but you'll be seeing lots of each
I
and
guess.
every floor. Oh, so these...
Yeah, this is kind of one of those realtors walkthrough dungeons where you have to go through everything.
Here's that chest.
Give me that big key! Now, you can push the blocks to return to the beginning of the dungeon here. Either way is pretty much just as fast, but I left that chest there, so someone's gonna get it. Also, more tongue-pulling action. This was the dungeon where you remembered all that tongue-pulling that had to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be worse. You could have to, like, pull their finger or something.
Also, that cracked ball is yet another red herring. There's a lot of those in this dungeon.
I was gonna ask about that.
Oh man, this is one of those famous staircase problems.
This
Yeah,
is the
the
room.
staircase you'll stare at forever.
You can do it, Link! Yeah!
God.
So, through much practice, I discovered the best way to do that is to just hold down. Don't try to wiggle yourself. He'll correct himself over time.
That's probably the closest a Zelda game ever gets to being like QWOP.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we get the treasure that's horribly pointless for this run, but oh well.
You got a change of clothes. I don't know why the hat is yellow.
Palette, I guess, but yeah. Now we have the blue mail.
That is a horribly gaudy outfit.
Yeah, the hat really clashes. It should have been a different color.
Thankfully, the red mail isn't that far off.
Gee, spoilers.
I remember, like, reading creepypastas about, like, the black armor you could get in this game that made everything hellish or something. I don't know.
I hate creepypasta so much. It's just so dumb.
Sometimes it's enjoyably dumb. Sometimes.
Man, now that I know you can kill those things, I had to kill all of them just out of spite. This is what happens when you teach me new ways to ruin things. Oh no, it's the ice monster of doom! So, fun fact, because I went to Dungeon 6 first, I could just, like, finish the dungeon right now. I could finish it right now, because if you go to Dungeon 6 first, you get the reward of being able to completely subvert the solution to this puzzle.
Yep.
Ah, yes.
That's familiar. I want to say that I usually do it anyway.
Well, see all those unexplored rooms we haven't been to yet? They're all related to this one friggin' thing. So yeah, I decided I should probably show the intended solution. This is actually the first time, like, during this run that I've ever bothered doing this the regular way. When I first played the game, I thought you were supposed to go to Dungeon 6 first.
Oh, so that's why the video is so much longer than the other ones.
So
because you're doing this properly.
Yep, and in that previous room, the lower left pushable block is the one that we need to push down the hole. You'll notice that there was a wall of orange blocks blocking us from the left side of the pushable blocks. They made this as obnoxious as possible.
And this is the part where you say, screw ice physics, I'm invincible.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Invincible and OCD about pots.
Must destroy everything. Everything!
Come on, Link! Yeah!
Get in that door! Oh yeah, and this...
Doors are hard!
Get it together.
Like I'm gonna go through this room without cheesing it. Get in the door, please!
This method is 100% Shag approved.
Oh yeah, more keys that are only useful for this one section of dealing with this one puzzle.
Funny!
Hey, you didn't kill that one.
Well, I had a pot over my head and the wrong weapon selected.
Okay, fine.
Ice Monster of Doom!
It tries so hard.
One thing I think is cool about the ice monsters that's a lot more pronounced in Link Between Worlds when they show up in that, which is, I guess, also spoilers, is they can go a lot faster, like, in some directions than others. I forget, like, I think they can move horizontally a lot easier than vertically, or maybe it's the other way around.
Huh.
They're sort of like that in this game. That's what I was hoping for. Now, the direction I'm going right now is actually the completely wrong way to go about which the direction you're supposed to be going right now. It would have been a lot faster to just go left where those penguins were and to fall down back where the blue mail was.
Was that a telepathy panel that you'd already read in the previous room?
Yeah, we've been here before.
Okay.
Close quarters of the enemy kind! It's a good thing those things have a hitbox of like 2 pixels.
Oh yes, we've definitely been here before. I wouldn't forget that maneuver.
Yeah, I'm kind of going the wrong way because this puzzle section gets me a little crisscrossed. But we had to do this one more time.
Oh goody, we get to play with these stairs again.
But here's where I demonstrate just how holding down fixes all your problems.
I think I figured that out when I played.
Yeah, it just kind of auto-corrects. See, if you just went left where the penguins were, you would have fell down this hole, so that whole loop I did just then was pointless.
Oh, that's where that is.
So yeah, now we need to find the other part of this problem, which is getting the switch to be the blue ones instead of the orange ones. Let me in the door. This goddamn friggin' dungeon. Hate it so much when doing it this way.
It is kind of lengthy.
Hey, look, it's that room where you could just ignore how to do it again.
Well, you had to do, like, going around that other route, the whole purpose was to get one more key, so I used it on this.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and there's a guy that's just in the blocks for some reason. I don't want to be a bunny! Because bunnies have to die, and I don't want to die.
The bunny laser doesn't actually damage you, right?
No.
It doesn't.
Did you ever get hit by it and consider it an outtake anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
And guess what?
I was just laughing at that.
Okay. And then I fell because I wanted to demonstrate that basically this entire dungeon is like the Dark World analog to the Tower of Hera.
Oh, yeah.
In a way, because it's very many floors that are small.
It's all about a whole bunch of freaking floors that are all just a bunch of miniature puzzles. All working together, and it even has the whole fall down a floor into a fairy trap pot to get fairies.
Didn't, like, the Eastern Palace have something like that, too, though?
No, I just had jumping off a ledge into the fairy pot.
Well, it still had fairy pots, is the point.
Now here's where I'll demonstrate that this one is completely useless.
Because you can only push it once?
You can only push it once.
How does that even work?
I don't know. It's like it brings dirt up when you move it, so it can't move anymore because it gets stuck because it's like stuck in a mud pit or something.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
You have the freaking Titan glove. Come on.
This is where I'm highly displeased because I know it's that one over there that I had to push.
Ah.
And so the colors are wrong again.
And so we well, actually, the colors are right. You need that combination.
Oh, you just need to get to the other side.
You need to loop all the way back around once you press that switch on the bottom floor. Also,
I don't remember this being as much trouble, but then again, you did go the wrong way once.
I went the wrong way once, but most people will use the cane from Dungeon 6 to make this dungeon less of an issue.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, because this last stretch is so much fun, guys. Doing the same thing 3 times. Seeing the same rooms over and over again. Okay, but you don't have to gamble for that, but okay.
Accidentally sliding into the spikes every single time you pass through here, maybe? Depending on how the ice physics are treating you today.
And here's where I demonstrate the previous loop around that I did was completely pointless.
There we go.
Now you're supposed to get back down here, so you can push the goddamn block, fall down the stupid pit on top of the block that you normally can't walk on.
There we go.
So you can push the block with the one freaking space onto the button.
If everything will leave you alone long enough to do so.
That stupid button.
It's like, just everything die! I push the freaking button! I even push the other block again, just because.
I bet there were some people in the room who thought you had to, like, get the skeleton to collapse on top of the button to weigh it down or something.
Yeah, like, I remember going to the dungeons.
I think I may have actually tried that.
Yeah, because I tried going to the dungeons in sequential order when I first played this game, and I was so confused. It's like, how in the hell do I keep this button down? And that's why I eventually left the dungeon, because I couldn't figure it out. And that's when I got the thing in Dungeon 6, and it's like, oh, do you have to go here first? I never realized that for the longest time that there's an actual intended solution in the dungeon, because it's that screwy of a solution.
It is pretty weird.
Okay, so, if you try to lift this block, it will get hit, so.
Oh, it's full of jellyfish.
Oh, jeez.
So, I just wanted to demonstrate that while also getting rid of the jellyfish.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, it's kind of a turf. Oh man, are you ready for an analog of the Worms boss?
Is this really an analog of the worms in any way?
Yeah, because the attack is identical in that it's just something that splits in 4 directions. And then the second that you deal with that,
Yeah,
well,
there is that.
Here we have 3 of them buzzing around. And their only attacks are the 4-way splits.
I guess it is fairly similar.
It is kinda, yeah.
Also, when you get down to just one of the eyeballs, that falling ice cube actually splits in 8 directions, just like the worms.
Man, I like the
So it
noise
is.
bosses make when they die a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they still split in 4. I lie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
By the way, this is why that one telepathy panel said don't use all your magic, because if you can't melt the ice, you're kind of stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the first phase of the boss is literally just the do you have magic left after all that? And so we've rescued the 6th girlfriend.
Link, how dare you rescue me in such horrible clashing colors?
Like, who gets your fashion sense? Jeez, what, did you just find that in an
Emma
old bin?
Guy, your fashion sense is atrocious.
Oh dear.
In a way, Link is suffering from modern MMO problems right now.
Like, I don't like my armor colors, they look really weird, but they give me statistics!
So... so he has a blue shirt, a yellow hat, and pink hair. Sure.
Yeah,
Not to mention a bright red shield.
yeah, and a
Brown
parrot
sleeves.
colored sword.
No, I also
That
had a
was
request to
abrupt.
show- I also had a request to show a couple of other Easter eggs that I forgot about when recording the dungeon the first time, so let's rewind time a little bit and show a couple of special ones. This is the lady that would normally tattle on you if you talk on her. This is her home. There's chicken in this here jar, and if you happen to use magic powder on it,
What the?
Ah, yes, this.
I can't even speak. The weathercock is always watching you harass them.
What the?
And you can't, like, move against her at all. I tried to talk to her again, but instead I just ended up grabbing the bookshelf behind her.
That is weird. I don't think I've ever seen that.
And in
think
the
I-
other Tattletale's house... in the back we have a picture of Mario!
I pointed out a picture of Mario in someone else's house in a different video, I think.
Well, if you pull on this one...
Money!
Money! I wanted more, but he only gives you that much. And speaking of pulling on things, here at the Eastern Palace, there's another similar secret to find by pulling on one of the entryway statues.
Okay, I don't think I knew about that.
That's random.
If it's sometimes they'll spit out blue rupees instead, and if it does that, usually the one on the right will do it too.
Huh.
This is just a random one I found one time, but yeah, couple of extra Easter eggs for people because why not?
Hooray!
Interesting to see those.